Welcome everybody. There's a couple more to join in, but tonight I thought I'd bring it from one of the locals. So we're just outside in the garden at the house in the tree tonight. As you can see, it's not snowing at the house in the tree. In fact, it's a bright blue sunshine and the parasols are up and everybody's happy. Believe that, believe anything you like. But yeah, house in the trees, one knows it's going to be open next week on Monday. And the message from the house in the tree is that you only have to book a table if you want food. So if you just want to go for a beer or so, you can go and have a table. But I'm sure loads of people want to sit outside on a night like tonight, won't they? Yeah, good old British weather. Yeah, I don't think he's done the pubs much favour. Here we go, Mick. Right, so who are we missing? Just Julian by the look of it. Unless Julian sneaked in when I wasn't looking. Not at the moment, by the look of it. Just going down the list. But yeah, so we've been greeted with our lovely spring weather. Viv and Jules might be late. Okay, I'll give them a couple of minutes anyway. So Anne's on the other side of the table looking at the messages. And the cat's ready to pounce on the screen on the computers as usual. So see me looking down, it's only because I try and keep him away from doing anything. So hope everybody's all right, and we are heading for another Tuesday night, 6th of April. God, time's rattling on. Trust everybody's got their tables booked for the pubs that want to go out. I'm not sure that they're going to be that frequented, but you never know. Weekends might be all right. We get a nice sunny day, they might have a good day or two. If you don't go to the house in the tree, you can always go to the Gloucester Old Spot. That's another one. They're doing the same. Similar sort of thing, but I haven't got as many tables at the Old Spot as they have at the house in the tree. Right, let's have a look. All right, let's where are we? 6 minutes past. Two more minutes. See if Jules joins in. If not, we'll get going. If they're a little bit late, they can always try and catch up on the when I do the recap at the end of the round. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'm sure Anne says hello to everybody. She has a. Okay then. All right, Andy. Thanks for that. All right then. Let's get going, and then, as I say, they can join in with Jules' knowledge. You never know; he may well catch us up quite quickly. Right. Okay. Question number one, nice and easy. You've probably all got them in front of you. On a standard keyboard, which is the largest key? I'm sure they're all in front of you, so nice and easy. Shouldn't anybody get this one wrong. Unless you're operating off your phone, of course, then it's slightly different, probably. I don't know. Look, probably not. Question number two. Marsh gas is another name for what gas? So marsh gas is another name for what gas? Question number three. What nationality is singer and songwriter Bryan Adams? So what nationality is singer and songwriter Bryan Adams? Question number 4. On which car manufacturer's badge could you see a Viking ship? On which car manufacturer's badge could you see a Viking ship? Question number 5. What was Romeo's surname in Romeo and Juliet? What was Romeo's surname in Romeo and Juliet? Question number 6. What does Minster, M-I-N-S-T-E-R, mean as in place names like Westminster and Newminster? So what does Minster mean as in Westminster and Newminster? Question number 7. Which animal appeared on British eggs in 1957? Which animal appeared on British eggs in 1957? Question number 8. Who is missing from this lineup? Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Norville Rogers and Velma Dinkley. So question 8. Who is missing from this lineup? Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Norville Rogers and Velma Dinkley. You can have a look at that on the recap if you don't need to write down the names. It's question 8 if you want to look at it. Question number 9. What is the actors' trade union called? Question 9. What is the actors' trade union called? And finally, question number 10 in this round. What is the most northerly city to have hosted the Summer Olympics? So question 10, what is the most northerly city to have hosted the Summer Olympics? There we go. We're going to recap on round number 1 then. On a standard keyboard, which is the largest key? Question 2, marsh gas is another name for what gas? 3, what nationality is singer and songwriter Bryan Adams? On which car manufacturer's badge could you see a Viking ship? Question 5, what was Romeo's surname in Romeo and Juliet? 6, what does Minster mean, as in the names of Westminster and Newminster? 7, which animal appeared on British eggs in 1957? Question 8, who is missing from this lineup? Fred Jones, Daphne Blake, Norville Rogers and Velma Dinkley. 9, what is the actors' trade union called? And 10, what is the most northerly city to have hosted the Summer Olympics? I'll give you a minute or so to have a look at those. Played a gig in the Gloucester Old Spot, Dave, or with the, I guess that's what you mean. as opposed to the house in the tree? Get you a gig outside Marks and Spencer's every week in Gloucester if you like, Dave. Not sure what the pay's like. Okay then, let's have some answers to round number 1. So on the standard keyboard, it's the largest key, it's the spacebar. Marsh gas is better known as methane. Brian Adams is Canadian. The car manufacturer's badge you see a Viking ship, it's Rover. Romeo's surname was Montague. What does Minster mean? As in Westminster, it means monastery. Which animal appeared on British Eggs in 1957? That was the lion. It was Scooby-Doo who was missing from that lineup. All you people. Sorry. Question 9. What is the actors' trade union called? It's called Equity. And Helsinki is the most northerly city to have hosted the Summer Olympics. The wonderful Anne is here as usual to take your scores. She will be delighted to do the honours for you. Must be pinging through because she sprung into action. What should we have for this round? Oh. Let's go back to familiar territory. There you go. The bar, the blurred bar at the community centre. Well stocked up. It's probably not at the moment. It's probably full of vaccination stuff. Rightio. Without further ado, round 2. All right. Round 2, because we've just had a couple of things on. Just had our wonderful Easter celebration. So these questions are loosely related to Easter. I say loosely because it is that, literally. Right, here we go then. So question number 1. Where did the Last Supper take place? I'm looking for a town or city. So question 1. Where did the Last Supper take place? A couple of them questions are related, but in some way. Question number 2. Which artist painted the Last Supper? So question number 2. Which artist painted the Last Supper? Question number 3. Which chocolate company produced the UK's first Easter egg in 1873? So which chocolate company produced the UK's first Easter egg in 1873? Question number 4. Who was Fred Astaire's female co-star in the 1948 movie Easter Parade? Apologise for some of those who weren't around then, but I was. No, I wasn't really. So, who was Fred Astaire's female co-star in the 1948 movie Easter Parade? Question number 5. Who wrote the song Easter Parade? Who wrote the song Easter Parade? Question number 6. From which Asian country does the Easter lily originate? And I'll take one of two answers for this. So, which Asian country does the Easter lily originate? Down in the Orient. That's not Leighton Orient. So, question 6, from which Asian country does the Easter lily originate? So I'll take one or two answers on that. Question 7, on which day are hot cross buns traditionally eaten? I'm sure you've had loads recently. But question number 7, on which day are hot cross buns traditionally eaten? Another one that you all know the answer to, number 8. Mardi Gras or Carnival takes place around the world on Shrove Tuesday. And what does Mardi Gras literally translate to in English? We've had this one a few times. But basically, what does Mardi Gras literally translate to in English? Question number 9. Which Scottish football club play their home matches at Easter Road? Is it St Johnstone, Hibernian or Motherwell? So, which Scottish football club play their home matches at Easter Road? Is it St Johnstone, Hibernian or Motherwell? And finally, question 10, back on a religious question for this one. Which of Jesus' disciples betrayed him? Question number 10. Which of Jesus' disciples betrayed him? So, here we go. So, question 1. Where did the Last Supper take place? So I'm looking for a town or city. Question 2. Which artist painted the Last Supper? Question 3. Which chocolate company produced the UK's first Easter egg in 1873? Question 4. Who was Fred Astaire's female co-star in the 1948 movie Easter Parade? 5. Who wrote the song Easter Parade? 6. Which Asian country does the Easter lily originate? 7. On which day are hot cross buns traditionally eaten? Question 8. What does Mardi Gras literally translate to in English? Question 9. Which Scottish football club play their home matches at Easter Road? St Johnstone, Hibernian or Motherwell? And finally, 10. Which of Jesus' disciples betrayed him? So which of Jesus' disciples betrayed him? Give you a minute or so to have a look at those. Sorry?
There's two famous ones for number 2, which artist painted the Last Supper.
Is there? Hang on, I'm asking my oracle. My oracle's going to look that up, Dave. There's 2 famous ones painting the Last Supper.
There's one in one of the universities, but I don't know who painted that one. The obvious answer.
I can only find one on YouTube. They go for the really obvious one, but you'll tell me who it was when the answers come through, which is coming up now. You'll tell me what I got wrong anyway. I know you will. So here we go then. So when did the Last Supper take place? That was in Jerusalem. The artist who painted the Last Supper that I have is Leonardo da Vinci. Fry's Chocolate were the company that produced the first Easter eggs back in 1873. Well done if you got that. Question 4. Fred Astaire's female co-star in 1948 Easter Parade was Judy Garland, not his normal Ginger Rogers, but it was Judy Garland. And Irving Berlin wrote the song Easter Parade. The Easter lily originates from either Japan or Taiwan. Take either of those. Hot cross buns are traditionally eaten on Good Friday. Mardi Gras translates into Fat Tuesday. Easter Road, the Hibernians play at Easter Road, as you see after that. It's in Edinburgh, and Easter Roads are home to Hibernian. And Jesus' disciples betrayed him. It was Judas Iscariot. Judas without his chariot, it was, as opposed to his chariot. He lost it somewhere. So, Dave, you're going to tell me who the other one was painted, and I can check it out.
He said it's Salvador Dali.
Oh.
And Scott said it was the one in the Tom Hanks film.
Oh, right, okay. I wanted Leonardo da Vinci. Back in 1485 or something similar, I think I remember. Yeah, I was there when he painted it. I watched him. I wasn't there when Salvador did that. I could understand all the bits that he was putting together. Oh no, that was Picasso, wasn't it? Bam bam. Right. Okay. Let's take those off. So today's in between round, if you want to call it that. Seeing as it was Easter, I am giving you 15 taglines for chocolate. Some of them's really easy and got most of them straight away, so I don't expect it will take you too long. There's one or two that might cause a bit of thought, but generally it will be fairly straightforward. So the taglines for the chocolates, some of them, as I say, are fairly straightforward. One or two. And number 11 might give you a bit of thought. And maybe the last one. Don't know, but most of them are fairly obvious. So I'll give you about 5 minutes on these. Won't need to go too long. But just as it was Easter, I thought people would be eating too much chocolate or drinking too much beer or both. Just going to mute now. Bye.
Burnley. Then Dave.
So we got, just to let you know, we got Linda leading at halfway tonight. And we got Scott, Dave,
Scott, Chris, and
sorry,
Burnley.
Scott, Chris and Bernie. Closely behind, 1 point behind.
And then Dave,
All to play for.
Dave.
All to play for nothing. Not even a Jura whiskey, Linda, sorry. Okay, you all ready for some answers? Yeah, the piece of music, I've just found it on the bottom of the sources that I use for the for streaming, and it said beginning music, and it said 23rd of June. So that was the last time we probably would have had some music. So 23rd of June last year when I got told off. But for some reason that wasn't on the list. They gave me a list of things I couldn't play. And strangely enough, the Dire Straits one wasn't one, which is, I assume, while it's still been on now. Anyway, enough of that. Let's have some answers to the chocolate taglines. I'm sure you'll know most of them, one or two of them. Let's see if anybody knows their chocolate that well. Anyway, so number one, and all because the lady loves milk tray, of course. A box of chocolates in a bag is Revels. Glass and a half of full cream milk in every half pound, that's dairy milk. What's got a hazelnut in every bite is a Topic. Made for sharing is Quality Street. Tap it to unwrap it, Terry's Chocolate Orange. Helps you work, rest and play. Not sure they still got the same tagline now, but it's Mars Bar. They came in search of paradise, that was Bounty. Do you love anyone enough to give them your last one? That's Rolo. Full of Eastern Promise, Turkish Delight. Buy some for Lulu, it's a TV advert. Don't know how many of you remembered, it was Smarties, but buy some for Lulu. Have a break, have a Kit Kat. They grow on you, roses. Nuts or hazelnuts. Cadbury's take them and they cover them with chocolate. Cadbury's whole nut. And finally, who knows the secret of the black magic box? Well, okay, there you go. There's the answers to those 15. I'm sure most of you would have got 13 or 14 of those, I guess. Nothing too difficult. Just a bit of a break-up from my dulcet tones. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Let's go back to the Minack Theatre. Looks quite nice. Nice bright sunny day. Just like the snow that we're getting today. Alright, I think everybody's pinged their answers through, by the way.
I'm just waiting for...
And says she's just waiting for Mick. But I'm sure it's on its way. So, where are we? Yeah. Let's move on to round number 4 tonight. So, waiting be repeating myself. Getting old. Alzheimer's kicking in. Slightly different. Question number 1. Which 2 Shakespearean characters feature in the NATO phonetic alphabet? Which 2 Shakespearean characters feature in the NATO phonetic alphabet? I'm sure you'll get both of them, but you can have half a point if you get one. Question number 2. What nationality was Hergé, Tintin's creator? So what nationality was Hergé, Tintin's creator? And that's spelled H-E-R-G-E. Hergé. No. So what nationality was Hergé, Tintin's creator? Question number 3. The musical My Fair Lady was based on which George Bernard Shaw play? Oh yeah, isn't it? So the musical My Fair Lady was based on which George Bernard Shaw play? So I missed that word out. George Bernard Shaw what? Brain? Hair? Feet? Anything else you want to think of? So yeah, the musical My Fair Lady was based on which George Bernard Shaw play? One of the last quizzes, question 4, one of the last quizzes, we had spam. But in food terms, what does spam stand for? So we all have spam in our lives, I suppose, but that's mainly on computers. But so in food terms, what does spam, S-P-A-M, stand for? Needs to be precise for the point. I'm a stickler sometimes. Question number 5, it's a good old quiz question. Peter Benchley wrote which novel that became a blockbuster film? Peter Benchley wrote which novel that became a blockbuster film? Question number 6. What is the common name for the antirrhinum? One that we use all the time. Well, I say use all the time. I didn't know they were called antirrhinums until someone told me. So question 6, what is the common name for the antirrhinum? Question 7 is one we always get wrong. In history, what age followed the Bronze Age? So in history, what age followed the Bronze Age? What came after the Bronze Age, people? Question number 8. Which other nation competes with Great Britain and New Zealand in Rugby League's Tri-Nation competition? So question 8, which other nation competes with Great Britain and New Zealand in Rugby League's Tri-Nations competition? Great Britain, New Zealand and one other. Question number 9. The Seine, the Rhone and which other river are the 3 main rivers in France? The Seine, the Rhone and which other river are the 3 main rivers in France? And finally, question number 10 is from which musical does the song America come from? So from which musical does the song America come from? Okay, so here we go then, recap time. Which 2 Shakespearean characters feature in the NATO phonetic alphabet? What nationality was Hergé, Tintin's creator? Musical My Fair Lady was based on which George Bernard Shaw play? I said in the last quiz we had spam, it was 2 quizzes ago. In food terms, what does spam stand for? Peter Benchley wrote which novel that became a blockbuster film? What is a more common name for the antirrhinum? In history, what age followed the Bronze Age? Which other nation competes with Great Britain and New Zealand in Rugby League's Tri-Nations competition? The Seine, Rhone and which other river are the 3 main ones in France? And finally, from which musical does the song America come from? you a minute on those. Right, here we go then, answer time. Two Shakespearean cousin NATO phonetic alphabets, Romeo and Juliet. Hergé, Tintin's creator, was Belgian. Pygmalion was the play that My Fair Lady was based on. Spam stands for shoulder, pork and ham. So shoulder, pork and ham is the answer. Peter Benchley wrote Jaws. The anti-rhino is more commonly known as the snapdragon. In history, what age followed the Bronze Age? That was the Iron Age. Australia competes with Great Britain and New Zealand in Rugby League's Tri-Nations. The Seine, the Rhone and the Loire are the three main rivers in France. And the song America comes from West Side Story. And he's poised with pen and answer sheet. That scares you, doesn't it? Eh? For the last round, you can have me. Yeah. Been out in the sun again, Bernie? Well, not really been drinking. Working, drinking, etc. Right. Move on to our last round tonight. Start with a nice easy question as usual. Question number 1. What is the name of Michael Flatley's celebration of Irish dance, which was originally staged in the interval entertainment of the 1994 Eurovision Song Contest? Bit of information for you, don't really need it, but give it to you anyway. So what is the name of Michael Flatley's celebration of Irish dance, originally staged as the interval entertainment at the 1994 Eurovision Song Contest? Question number 2. Knots Landing was a spin-off of which original TV series? So question number 2. Knots Landing was a spin-off of which original TV series? Question number 3. What is beef fillet cooked in puff pastry called? There you go, Scott. Nice easy one for you. So what is beef fillet cooked in puff pastry called? Question number 4. This one probably a bit of a guess for some of you. Which was the first of Jane Austen's novels to be published? So, which was the first of Jane Austen's novels to be published? Question number 5. I'm not sure some of them are in production now, but which car manufacturer makes the Octavia, Superb and Favia models? Which car manufacturer makes the Octavia, Superb and Favia models? I know there's still one running, so it turns up sort of around Churchdown sometimes. Gets a lot of stuff in his car. Anyway, which car manufacturer makes the Octavia, Superb and Fabia models? Question number 6. In which country was the artist Francis Bacon born? In which country was the artist Francis Bacon born? Question number 7. Which Italian composer wrote the operas The Barber of Seville and William Tell? Which Italian composer wrote the operas The Barber of Seville and William Tell? Just the surname will do. Yeah, there's one here. Question number 8. If all the properties on the standard UK Monopoly board were listed alphabetically, which one would come last? So if all the properties on the standard UK Monopoly board were listed alphabetically, which one would come last? Having a bit of an intellectual quiz tonight. Question number 9. Which artist painted the birth of Venus? Again, just a surname will do. Which artist painted the birth of Venus? And finally, last question tonight. Nice easy one to round off with. Which game is featured in the 1986 movie The Colour of Money? Is it poker, pool or paintball? So which game is featured in the 1986 movie The Colour of Money? Is it poker, pool or paintball? That's your lot for tonight. If you've enjoyed your quiz, I've been Phil. If you haven't, I'm Mike Flynn. Evening, Mike. How you doing? All right? Nice to see you the other day. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same without the banter going on, is it, eh? What will Dead Loss make of it, eh? Gosh. Oh, yeah, most of them are here. In fact, they're all playing apart from one. And Joan keeps threatening to join in. By the time Joan joins in, we'd have all been back up the club. I see her every now and then. Whoa, she said, I will, yeah, I will join in on Tuesday. And then she said somebody phones me or something happens. But yeah, it's probably, but she may be watching on TV. If you are, Joan, welcome. Hello.
Linda says hi from Mike. He's fine, enjoying his golf.
Yeah, I know. Back on golf 5 days a week, Linda, eh? All that time you're getting to yourself now, eh? Great, eh? All right. Ain't all the final scores are... Oh, I'm giving you the answers, have I? That's me rattling on about nothing. Oh, here we go. Right, here we go then. Round 4 answers time. And just remind me I didn't give you answers. So, River Dance was the answer to question 1, Michael Flatley. Question 2, Knots Landing was a spin-off of Dallas. The beef fillet cooked in pastry is Beef Wellington. James Austen's novel to be published is Sense and Sensibility. The car manufacturer of the Octavia, Superb and Fabia was Skoda. Francis Bacon was born in Ireland. Rossini was the composer of The Barber of Seville and William Tell. All the properties stand on the UK Monopoly board. It's Whitehall, although you put Whitechapel, unlucky. But Whitehall. Which artist painted The Birth of Venus? That was Botticelli, or Alessandro Botticelli to be fair. And The Colour of Money, it was Pool, the game featured in there. Sorry for having my memory lapse. I'm entitled to it, I think. You probably didn't need me to give you the answers. You probably got them all right, so. Oh dear. It's all good fun, isn't it, eh? The normal mistake is reading the questions out, not giving you the answers. If I thought we was in summer, we could do the quiz outside somewhere, but we're not. And I'm not going to. It'll be soon enough. It will come around soon enough when we can all get back and enjoy our get-together quizzes again. I know sometime at the end of May or beginning of June, I guess. Depending on what I assume that the 17th of May we will still be coming out of our roadmap to humanity, so we can have meet with groups of six inside, so that's absolutely fine for the quiz. It's just depends on when James wants to start things up again at the club. As yet, we do not know. But I'm hoping that it won't be too long after the reopening. And then, because everybody can, it'll be disappearing off on holiday, so nobody turn up anyway. Oh dear, only joking. And it's just doing the final scores. Probably would have been a bit earlier if I'd have read out the answers earlier. Trust you all had a fairly cheerful evening anyway. Still beats watching the big box all the time. Well, I know some of you watch it because the quiz is on there, but you can see some buffoon. You can call me Boris if you want, I don't care. Hang on, looks like the scores are winging their way over to me just by telepathic scoreboard. Right. So, in what? Right, okay. Well, that was a bit of a turnaround. So anyway, right, in last place, 34 points is Jill. Thank you very much, Jill. In 8th place, Linda with 41 points. No? Hang on. And it's telling me differently.
No.
What?
What are you looking at?
Yeah.
No, we're here.
Oh, I'm on the wrong. That was last week's. I'll show you. Look, this. I will show you the scoreboard. You can see the confusion. So I'm reading the scores up here, and the scores are down here. Right. Let's start again. I'm going to go home, I think. Oh no, I am home. So sorry. In last place, 36 points with Mick. Then Andy in 8th place with 40. Then we had with 42 points Jill, Steve, and Chris. In 4th place with 42.5 points, we have Bernie. In 3rd place with 43 points, we had Dave. In 2nd place with 44 points, we had Scott. And tonight's winner with 46 points is Linda. Hey, big round of applause. Prizes, as usual, winging its way to you. If it doesn't turn up within a week, blame consignia. I know, Royal Mail. Thanks, everybody. Good night. For all those that gave you false hope with the scores, sorry. But I will endeavour to do better next time. As you can see, it's the delirium that's set in. Right, good night, everybody. End of preaching. Thanks, then. I haven't forgot Tracy. It's just that on my score sheet it doesn't say that. It's like I forget Liz and I forget Viv and I forget lots of people and I forget me sometimes. But well done, everybody. thanks a lot. So good night, everybody, including all the other halves: Tracy, Liz, Mike's Linda's other half, so I better say Mike. Who else have we got? We got Viv and Steve, Mike, Mick and Pauline. Anyone else? I've forgotten, sorry. I do apologise now. Andy and Sue. Who else is there? Jill and Jill.
All right.
Anyway. All right. Good night, everybody. See you all next week. Bye.